Right, welcome to the first of a new series of videos. We're going to refurb this old river cruiser fishing boat GRP. I'm not even quite sure what kind of boat it is, to be honest. But I like the shape of it. I saw it for sale on Marketplace for 550 quid, and it was advertised, it looked like this. But when we actually went to view it, it looked more like this. Not the best condition. It hasn't been sunk, but it's been under the water because it was tied up wrong, and it's full of silt and crap. The wife didn't want me to buy another boat anyway, but I don't always do what she wants me to do. So, and you can imagine when I turned up at the house with this piece of shit behind me, she really wasn't pleased. But you know, she's not going to throw me out, is she? So we're going to do a series of videos, and we're going to refurb it. And I've never refurbed one right from start to finish, so it'll be fun, you know. Hopefully I'll learn something, and I might be able to teach you something, or you might be able to teach me in the comments. See how it goes, but I'll show you around this and you can see what we're going to start with. So this is, I've measured this, and it's between 18.5 and 19 feet in length, and just over 6 foot beam. Good wide boat, good sturdy. When I went to view it, it was actually sitting in the water. It was in the river, it was floating, and the first thing I noticed was when I stood on it, it was real stable, real steady in the water, which I really liked. You know, I got a couple of young kids, a couple of young girls. That's what we're all going to play on this, so I wanted something stable and steady. See, it looks even better from this angle. Obviously someone's drawn a cock on the windscreen, on the front windows there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, but you can see the kind of shape of it. It's kind of cool. I like this bit at the top, and I like the fact that it has this like overhang, which would be quite cool on a rainy day. You know, you've got somewhere to stand in, and you can see at some point it's had an enclosed cabin that's all being ripped out. I see an old barrel that was in there when I got it. All the flooring needs ripping out. It needs taking right back to bare bones. I mean, it's in a pretty shitty state, isn't it? If anybody knows what kind of model this boat is, just drop a comment in the comments. I know it's not an Alaska or a Wilson Flyer or a Shetland, but other than that, I don't know. I can't find one exactly the same as this. It'd be good to know. So it's just over 18.5 feet long. First thing we're going to do is we've got to get it. I mean, we took a fence panel off and pulled it off the trailer, and it's just sitting on the deck. So the first thing we've got to do is build some kind of frame to get it up off the deck. Something we can have it sitting here. It's probably going to sit here for 12 months while we work on it. So I've been and got some scaffolding. I bought some scaffolding, and we're going to make a scaffold frame, and we're going to get it up. And that's kind of what this video is about, I think. Just an introduction, and show you how I'm going to get it up on a scaffold frame. Bit better day today. We built the big scaffold frame that you saw in the time lapse there. That was just to get the strops around it, just to get the boat lifted up off the ground, so that we can get a better scaffold frame underneath. I'll show you that now. Right, so we're still building the scaffold frame, but But as you can see, I've now got the boat up off the ground onto a couple of pallets, and you can see we're building a scaffold frame around. Notice the scaffold tubes underneath the boat. I've doubled up on the tubes for a bit of strength. I was quite surprised actually. I bent one of my scaffold tubes, as you can see there, just the sheer weight of the boat. That was from the front end, but it did have just quite a bit of water in there, so I've had my little bilge pump the water out, take a bit of the weight out of it. But you can see we've got a little scaffold frame around there now. So now we're going to use these. We're going to use this little car jack here to take the weight of the boat, and then we're going to lift it up on these little jack stands as we do. So you can't take straight up on the screw jacks, but it's much easier with a little car jack. Right, so now I have got it lifted just by taking it with a jacket off, just to each corner, little bit by bit, and I've actually got the boat lifted, you know, a good feet, good 1 foot off the ground, 12 inches. I'm just checking all the time, make sure everything's secure. Once I get it a little bit higher, I'm going to go ahead and put extra scaffold tubes along the bottom of all four legs to brace it and keep everything nice and square. But until then, I'll just leave the pallets underneath, just in case anything should drop, but it's looking so far so good. So that's the scaffold frame all finished. You can see it's took it right up. It's a good height to work on. I can get underneath as far as I want to go to clean it and paint it. See how I put the double tubes on? They made a big difference, because when it was on the single tubes it bent them. Now I've welded them two together, but you can get scaffold clamps that clamp them together like that for like a double tube lifting point. So here we are, that's how she's going to sit now while I do the work on her. We've got her on the frame, pretty steady. I mean, I tried moving it and it's not moving. It's ideal. I've got a little ladder there because I know while I'm at work the kids are going to try and play in it. So I wanted it safe for them, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I've doubled up on the clips so it don't slide down, doubled up on the tubes for the cross bracer for the strengthening. Pretty good, nice and steady. I can get underneath it, much better than being on a trailer. Eventually we'll put it on a trailer, but for now, for the next God knows how long, year or whatever, it's going to sit there while I can work on it. It's a good height to work at. Right, so now we've got it on its stand and it's all nice and safe and secure. We're going to give it a clean because it's still in the same condition that we got it out the river. It's got all this green, grime and crap on it, and mud, so we'll give it a, not a buff or a polish or out like that, but we'll just give it, we're going to degrease it and jet wash it just to get it something like to work with. So we're going to start just using this engine degreaser that we got off eBay. It's probably more for heavier stuff for getting oil and grime and crap off, but if you water it down, it works pretty well as a cleaner. And just going to put it in this little spray pump. So I've diluted this down about 4 to 1, so it's not too acidic on the boat. And then let's give everything a bit of a soak. Right, now that's degreased. By the time I've degreased around the full thing, it's probably had enough time to take action. Time to get the jet wash set out. I'm just going to use a cheap little Karcher and jet wash it all off. You'll see the difference. Already starting to look better. Amazing what a little jet wash can do. Degreasing and jet wash. Still quite a bit of work to do to it, but gives us a start. So you can see now behind me, just giving a jet wash, a degreasing and jet wash has already made a big difference. Still a lot of work to do onto it, but at least now we can see we've got a clean canvas to work with, really. I think in the next video we're going to start to look at taking the windows out. I'm going to save the windows. They're quite odd shape, these. Luckily we've got all the glass and the seals and that are all in good condition now. They've been cleaned off, so we'll take them out so they don't get damaged when we're sanding and gel coating it. So if you want to see the next videos, you know, add a like and you'll see the link in the comments. Subscribe and you'll see the next videos. If there's anything I've missed or something you want to see, give us a shout. I'll answer you. Cheers.